Hello, everybody. I am RJ Smith, and this is Crazy News Reacts. It is midnight here on the East Coast of the United States. So, without further ado, I have Joe Exotic in the house for you today, and he talks about his case and why he's back in the state of Florida to prosecute his lawsuit of copyright infringement. Let's go.
He's known around the world as Joe Exotic. As we've already reported, he's now sitting in the Santa Rosa County Jail. Tonight, Joe Maldonado Passage explains why he's here.
Joseph Maldonado, better known as the Tiger King, Netflix's huge hit with more than 60 million views, is back in Florida tonight prosecuting a case of copyright infringement. Now, most of you know Joe Exotic has been in prison for many years now, allegedly for trying to hire a hitman to take out his competition. He had his own zoo. He's probably best known for the TV show and the fact that he could lay down in a cage with tigers, lions, and it seemed like they all just loved him. So let's find out why he's back.
On Friday, I received a call from an inmate at Santa Rosa County Jail, and it was, in fact, Joe Maldonado Passage, or Joe Exotic, as he prefers to go by. He wanted to discuss his recent transfer here to Northwest Florida and a number of other topics. We continued our conversation today.
This is a prepaid debit call from an inmate at the Santa Rosa County Sheriff's Office.
Now, Joe first appeared in Louis Theroux's documentary, America's Most Dangerous Pets. 5 years later, he appeared in The Life Exotic or The Incredible. Theroux has stated that he liked Exotic Joe, that he was friendly, and he had become protective over him. The Tiger King wasn't the only series that Joe was in. Theroux did two on him. Discovery did a follow-up, Surviving Joe Exotic, which then focused on his failing zoo as he's in jail and the creeps around him who I believe set him up and sent him to prison for more than 20 years.
Joe Exotic is in town awaiting a hearing for a multi-million-dollar copyright infringement case he filed. He tells me the conditions inside Santa Rosa County are similar to other institutions where he's been housed.
Everyone lives like river rats. Okay, there's people sleeping on the floor. The meals are crap. It's not even real meat. The portions are extremely small, and this is everywhere. This is not just Santa Rosa County. Okay, this is everywhere.
And Santa Rosa County Jail is probably one of the worst jails we have here in the state of Florida. Located in northern Florida, it's really known for its depraved conditions, horrible food that feeds its inmates fake meat, and the officers there are absolutely horrendous. They are in court for 2 or 3 murders right now. You can call them deaths, but they're murders. And this is one of the jails where they send all the hard asses. And not far away is the Santa Rosa State Prison, which is just as bad. And listen to what Joe Exotic has to say about the place.
The bigger story, though, is his eventual return to federal prison in Fort Worth, Texas, where he's serving a 21-year sentence for what he calls a bogus murder for hire charge and various animal charges. He called me again today to discuss why he says the hit series that garnered him millions of fans around the world, in his words, couldn't be further from the truth. And you feel strongly that Tiger King on Netflix is a heavy influence on your federal prison sentence?
Oh, definitely. That's where Eric Good went wrong. Was he was so interested in making a drama murder movie that he paid everybody.
I personally don't believe that Joe Exotic put a hit out on Carol Baskin. The people accusing him of it are not very good character witnesses to begin with. Most of them have been locked up before, and it is known that they actually stole the zoo from Joe after he went to prison. Now, it's out of business. Everything sold off, and the people who did it, scot-free. Sometimes, folks, fame brings anger, hatred, and trolls, and often what people say happened don't actually follow the facts. Let's continue.
Within a month of its release, Netflix reported nearly 65 million households had watched the series. Not all are fans, as many are upset over his alleged abuse of animals in his care. He says those claims were fabricated by the woman he was convicted of hiring a hitman to kill.
Now, I don't know where anybody's getting this animal abuse stuff except from Carol Baskin because I took baby cubs away from their parents, and she called that abuse. The federal game warden did not charge me with animal abuse or animal cruelty. He charged me with taking an endangered species without a permit. I put him to sleep with a gun. It happened in a split second. They had no pain, no suffering, and I'm not ashamed of what I did.
So what do we know to back up my statements? Carol Baskin had a reason to lie. She sued and successfully took away all the animals from Joe Exotic's zoo. Let's face it, Joe was competition. And the only witnesses to this supposed were the criminals who worked for Joe Exotic and who took over the farm when he got locked up. Suspicious? Oh yeah. He was never charged with animal abuse. And besides, taking away cubs from its parents is done all the time in zoos around the world, because tigers are solitary animals. They don't hang out with one another. The only reason a cub would stay with a mother for about 18 months is to learn how to hunt. But in captivity, they don't want them to learn how to hunt. They take them. Joe Exotic is nothing special when it comes to this. And as for the claims of a license, Joe Exotic did have a license to keep and raise exotic big cats. How do we know this? Because in 2020, those licenses were revoked.
Just over a year ago, Exotic made headlines again, this time announcing his run for President of the United States. I asked him about this. He acknowledged his candidacy may not be taken seriously, but offered a reason for why it matters.
Honestly, I am running for office, and I think that you're going to be very shocked on the 23rd how many people show up and how many people are actually going to write Joe Exotic on their ballots this year, because I'm basically considered the no vote, and people are sick and tired of the corruption in D.C. So rather than just not go vote, they're going to take a stand and write Joe Exotic in on their ballot.
Look, he ran in 2016. He absolutely had no means to win, and he's not exactly the kind of character you want in the White House, right? In fact, he only got 962 votes nationally, and that included all the write-ins. So let's continue.
A question many want to know is, if the day comes that Joe Exotic is released early from prison, will he once again step face-to-face with big cats? His answer might surprise you.
Not anyone can walk in a cage with 20 full-grown lions and tigers and lay down on the ground in there and love on them without getting hurt. And I never got hurt. But when I get out, it's going to completely change.
Exotic's upcoming hearing, April 23rd. He says after his transfer back to federal prison, he expects a decision on his appeal before the end of the year.
Tiger King was one of my favorite all-time series. It had that mix of drama, intrigue, and it just made you come back for more. So if you have not seen this series right here, go to Netflix and watch it. I promise you, you will love it. As for Joe, he won't see freedom until 2035, and soon he will be moved back to the Federal Medical Center, Fort Worth. Thanks for watching. Please hit the like and the subscribe, and I'll see you right back here tomorrow.